G'day Jafffa Adventures, Terry King and Jill King here. Welcome to the channel. So Jill and I are sitting on the side of a dam in Cobar, New South Wales. You will not have seen any of the footage between Brisbane and here, basically transported or time warped here. And this is where we're going to pick up the trip and start our adventure. We got 5 months on the road exploring Western Australia, and we're making a beeline for WA right now.
No, we've had a dream run so far. You know, we stayed in a motel last night because it was 38.
Yes, that's absolutely right. We were planning on camping in Cobar brand, and there was just no way that we were going to cop that sort of heat. We've got a rooftop tent set up for winter settings, and we would have just died. So luckily now the temperature's dropping. It's probably only about 30 at the moment, but tonight it's meant to go down to, what was it, hon? It was quite chilly.
Oh, it's going down to like 17.
Yeah,
tonight.
17, so that's perfect.
There's a beautiful breeze.
So
My dress blew up. Woo! That'll scare away viewers.
We've got some big plans for this trip. The official trip starts in Port Lincoln. We're going to be diving with great white sharks and sea lions. But the impetus for this whole trip was the total solar eclipse that's going to happen near
Exmouth.
Near Exmouth.
On April 20th.
On April 20th. So we built our trip around this solar eclipse. We're going to be hitting Southwest WA, we're going to be hitting the Hamersley Ranges, we're going to be hitting the Canning Stock Route and the Kimberleys before making our way home. So if that sounds like something that you guys want to hook into, stick around with us because why?
Because we'll share with you.
Because we'll share with you. Good one, Jill. As Jill mentioned, the drive from Brisbane to Cobar was a dream run. Now remember, our intent was not to visit areas along the way in detail. We'll save that for a future trip of New South Wales.
Back about 250 meters on our way into Cobar, there was a few random teddies in a tree. Now we've come across more. Random tree and like a little rest area. There's teddies everywhere. Of all different kinds of types. They're very cute. A hippo doing a dive. Look at this little guy. Got Tweety. All different. There's a tree donkey.
We arrived in Cobar on day 2 and went to the lookout just outside of town. It overlooks a large open pit turned mine shaft mine. Those are 1,000-liter IBCs in the bottom of the pit to give you some scale. From there it was straight to camp at the old reservoir outside of town. It's 2-wheel drive access in, and because of that we chose to camp on the side of the reservoir that was more difficult to get to. There were only 3 other campers there that night, all in vans and all on the other side of the dam.
There's a man across the dam here at Cobar washing a horse. There's another camper down there.
The following day was a 450-kilometer run to Broken Hill, then a further 40 kilometers north to Mount Gipps for our 2-day station stay. Sam, the owner, met us at the front gate and escorted us to our bush camp, which we had all to ourselves. They also have cabins in a camp area near the amenities block, but you should get the hint by now that that's not our thing. All right, we're on Mount Gipps Station and we have found our campsite in a little riverbed. It's a great place to explore and the owners could not be more helpful. If you get a chance, check it out. And before you go raging on me about camping in riverbeds, we'll be fine. We talked to Sam, the owner of the property, and she gave us the goss about what's happening around here, which we'll share with you guys. But this is one stunning location.
Just choosing our campsite for the next 2 nights.
That look pretty level to you?
Yes.
We got it.
And under this giant tree. Something's been hiding in under there. I wonder if it's a dingo den or what. Very neat. Terry's out collecting firewood. Sam has given us permission to do so.
Archman, I need you here. Just collecting firewood. Not fun. Like, hey, huh?
Hi.
Out in the middle of the bush, doing a little bit of work. And it's actual work too.
There are galahs up above our truck. Hi, good morning.
It's time to do a bit of a hike. We are going to go up that hill, along that ridge, behind the truck, and then there's a hill behind that big tree. We're going to go up there too. Anything to say, hon?
Struggling with what headwear to wear.
Why is that?
Because the wind is freezing, but the sun is also nuking.
It is. This tree is full of real sharp little knobs all over it. All up the branches. It's a beautiful river red gum, I guess it is. Wait, hon, stop for traffic. Look both ways. Yay!
I got my headwear sorted too.
Did ya?
Yep.
What's the go?
This is protecting my ears and my face from the sun.
We're heading up to that ridge there, but we'll walk along the riverbank till we get to the base of it. There's a couple of goats up there on the hill. I don't know whether the GoPro will pick them up because they're so far off. Talking to Sam, the station owner, there's quite a few goats on the property at the moment, and they were just doing the maths as to whether it would work for them to muster them or not. Got helicopter fees and fuel and time and all the rest of that. And apparently the goat prices at the moment are very much depressed. So it makes it difficult for the maths to work. Go guy, go. They did the maths and it still works out that it is worth cleaning the property out of them, but not as lucrative as it was about a year ago.
No, the price dropped 30% from last year.
There's the homestead out there. Down there is our camp, and the sheeps have moved in as soon as we left. And that's the ridge line that we're going to walk along. Awesome little slab of sedimentary rock here that's all got folded up 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe millions of years ago. Maybe billions of years ago. It's really shaly knife edge stuff. Just getting pretty close to that gray one. I was just saying to Mr. GoPro, hon, we got 2 gullies to go. We got to go down this one, up, and then down a second one and up.
Okay.
And maybe even a third one over to our right.
Yep.
Oh well.
I'm good.
Okie dokie. We're down in our first gully.
And the wind's dropped right off, as you'd expect. And our friendly flies are back. But nobody around here except for us and the goats. There's a skull there. There's a dead roo there. There's another dead roo there. This must be their little come to die place.
There's bones down here too.
Very cool. And kind of creepy.
There's more bones there too.
It's just stunning in this little creek bed here. Beautiful, picture perfect. That's a postcard right there.
I'm trying not to trip on a rock and get prickles in my socks, but I love looking at all the rocks. It's a beautiful day. Flies trying to go up my nose. I'm just having a lovely time. I just hit my head on a branch.
That's the danger of wide brim hats, isn't it?
It is.
You can't see those bloody branches.
Yep.
Here we're at the little, would be a waterfall at one time. It's actually smoothed the rocks, the water.
Yeah, this is
going-
definitely water.
We're going straight up that hill. These smooth rocks in the water course are a little bit slippery. And when you get out of them into the granular rock, it's grippy as anything. Look at that spider web.
I know, that's why I was wanting to look at one over there. It's really cool. There is spiders in under it.
Is there? Did you dig?
There was one on a leaf that I looked at.
There's Jill going around to the left. I actually would have gone around to the right, but who knows which way's the best. These spider webs in the crack of the rocks are just crazy. Here's our second gully that we're coming up to. This one seems to be of a bit more consequence. Let's pop up on top of this rock and have a look. Yeah, pretty easy to get down there along that line. And we'll walk along the riverbed a bit and then up to that bluff of rock. I don't know where the camera can pick it, but just about center of screen to the right of that tree is the station.
Definitely recommend wearing hiking boots
Yes,
for the grip and the ankle support
100%.
and the foot support too.
This is cool. Up on top of this hill, got these veins of quartz running through them. And they're in a line more or less. I guess because that's what quartz does.
We spent the next half hour or so on top of the plateau, just exploring, wondering where our fancy took us, following that animal track, then over there to that cool rock, then over there to that outcrop of rock where we could sit for a short rest. It's difficult to convey how beautiful this place and moment in time was, but it was very special.
So our camp is located right about there. We're going to walk down into this gully, along the gully in the face of this mountain, around the backside of the mountain, and then up along its face on the other side, back into camp. Sound like a plan? Flappy man? Flappy
Cherry
woman?
flaps.
Down the mountain we go. Kind of sort of reminds me of the hills behind Alice Springs as well. Like that Heavy Tree Gap area. No stacking. That's why I was filming. I said, let's film Jill go down there. Not because we wanted to see you fall to your death.
Just enough to be comical.
Yes, comical is good.
These are very sharp rocks.
They're very sharp.
It would hurt.
Okay, we're on to ledge number 1.
These would be nice paperweights.
The square quartzes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you got?
It peels.
Oh, it's mica.
Yeah. And it peels.
Yeah, like sheet mica.
You can see the layers.
Cool.
It is, isn't it?
Okay, we're down ridge number 1. Now we got to go down ridge number 2. That's where we've come from, up there by those trees.
Where did I come from? Where did I go? Where did I come from? Cotton Eye Jim.
Oh.
Oh, look at the spider web. Come here.
That's pretty cool.
There's little gray spiders in under there. It's pretty cool.
I've never seen that before. So I came over here to film this mistletoe that's in flower, and then I saw that this tree actually has fruit on it. Now, I'm no bush tucker man, so I got no idea whether that stuff's edible or not, but it's pretty cool. A little nut thing. I'll taste it, but spit it out. Tastes like a green pig melon. Yeah. This gully runs into the backside of that mountain there, and we're going to walk around that way to camp. Well, we're down the mountain in the riverbed now. There's where we were, right up top there. This is the other hill that we're going to walk around the backside of. Beautiful and cool under this gum tree.
It's lovely.
Animals like it too because there's poos everywhere.
It smells like poo.
A little animal latrine. And there's the end of the mountain that we walk around into camp. We got cock blocked by a fence. We want to be on that side. We'll just walk up along it back towards camp.
Okay, up we go again.
Well, I've got one nip of Johnny Walker Blue left in my bottle, which this I gotta savor. And our trip hasn't even really started yet. I got this for a retirement gift from some very dear friends. So Roy and Nikki, thank you very much. It's been an absolute dream to have this. Cheers. Well, Dad, here's your little grill from 1996 when you guys were over here getting another workout, cooking some boerewors sausage. So it's going around Australia for another lap. On our awakening on day 2, we were treated to a cloudless sky and a beautiful crisp morning temperature. We relaxed around the campfire planning our day. Sam told us of a short drive to a lookout not far from the station's main gate, and we decided that was our target for the afternoon. Now we're on a little 4-wheel drive track heading out to the lookout on Mount Gipps Station. They give you a map at the station, so that's awesome, and you just have to follow their map. Terry's got to check it out. I do not know what that is. I think it's British because the back doors are suicide doors, like a Hopmobile or something like that. But if anybody knows, let me know. No markings on it, no tags on it. Well, they've done well to get it up here. Definitely would want a high clearance 4-wheel drive through here. We're out on the top of the lookout, Mount Gipps Station, and we have a jail bar Ford truck. Be a 40s model of some description, I would say. And it was a drilling rig. The old girl's got to have a requisite bullet hole, doesn't it? From the top of the lookout, and typically that doesn't show up very well in cameras, so it gets kind of a flat appearance, but it is stunning. There we have a new truck, an old truck, a dead tree, and a jilly. Everything is shiny in Broken Hill. Very pretty. And up the top of the lookout is a little table, but the table is made out of a tire. Must be out of a giant dump truck. And out there in the distance is the station. Coming down the hill now, we're going to go past that old car over to the miner's hut at about 11 o'clock.
The old miner's hut, not current miner's hut.
Yes, old. We saw some scrabblings in the dirt where it looked like it was mined, or somebody was digging holes anyway, looking for things. Couldn't have been all that successful if this has sheep and cattle on it and not a great big BHP mine.
This is like the drive into Sundown National Park.
It is kind of, yeah. It's that slow, isn't it? Mm-hmm. There's our old miner's hut. Let's go check it out. It's even got a Hills hoist in the front yard. There's the back of our old miner's hut. Gearbox, old bed,
piston. Look at the length of that conrod. Jeepers. Bedpan, a Hills hoist, and an outdoor stove. Lots of goodies up here. Old iron. Some gears. Looks like an armature out of a starter motor. Crank handle for a car. Looks like something that holds the ball bearings in a CV. Got a bathtub, a sink. There's even a dunny roll. Check out the old stone masonry type chimney. Let's have a look inside. Whoo-wee! Wouldn't be hot in here in the summer. Couple of old Caro fridges. That's our kitchen. The timber's actually got wallpaper on it. That's awesome. The old thing used to keep the flies out. The front room. Fireplace. Cabinet with your tea and coffee and sugar. Something to remind you of the greener places. Couch. Bunk bed. Table. Let me see if I can find a date on this old newspaper. Sunday Mail, 1997. Well, that's not very old.
The next day we made our way to Clare to visit some friends and then to Port Lincoln, the official start of our trip. Well, we're sitting on the Calypso Star Charters boat, heading out for a 3-hour steam to Neptune Island to cage dive with some sharks. This is where our trip truly starts.